Welcome to Queens Public Library's Korean Food Mulnaemyeong with Minari. Hello, I'm Gustavo Segredo. Starting July 6, enjoy unlimited browsing and open seating at our libraries without time limits. All available QPL locations will be open starting Monday, July 12th. To learn more, see our virtual program calendar, access digital services, or get a library card. Visit queenslibrary.org. Summer Reading. Reading Takes You Everywhere continues this month as we launch our participation raffle. All year long, QPL marks its 125th anniversary. Visit queenslibrary.org for book lists, resources, and more.
This is So Young's cooking class, and how everybody doing? It's very hot in New York, and it's very humid, and two dishes that I will be preparing today requires boiling. So if you want to try this cooking later, when it's not too hot anymore, that's okay. That's why these two dishes are usually ordered and eaten by Koreans in restaurants, not in a home, because it requires boiling. 오늘 우선 너무 나이가 이렇게 더운데도 여러분들이 견뎌내시는지 모르겠고요. 제가 오늘 소형 쿠킹 클래스에 준비한 두 개의 요리가 다 이렇게 막 끓여야 되고 그러는 종류들이라 제가 오늘 여러분들에게 음식 만드는 거를 선은 보이지만 좀 덥지 않고 그러셨을 때 당신네들이 집에서 해주셔도 돼요. 요새 날씨가 너무 덥고 그래서 다들 냉면이나 뭐 여름 음식들은 다 음식점에 가서 드시더라고요. So I want to say that I selected in Korean 냉면과 미나리. This is 냉면, cold noodle, and 미나리. And so I already started to boil some water for 미나리. So we will switch the order and prepare noodle dishes later, because a noodle, once it's cooked and prepared, it has to be eaten rather quickly. 오늘 우선 냉면과 미나리라고 제가 말을 해서 냉면을 먼저 해야 되는 것 같은데 또 이게 부르면 맛이 없으니까요. 제가 또 이제 끝나고 또 먹을 거거든요. 그래서 미나리를 먼저 하겠습니다. So some nutritional values that I want to talk about is also information that minari are commonly served as banchan, that means small munch, things to eat. It's called munch, comes with a dish, where the green are simply blanched and seasoned with the garlic, soy sauce, and sesame oil, and I will add the sesame seed. So here's a minari, which is watercress, Korean watercress, and I also have here American watercress, and usually quickly blanched and then added with soy sauce, sesame oil, and garlic, and I will add sesame seed as well as a little bit of a Korean hot grounded red pepper. You don't have to put red pepper, but some people, they like spicy. Okay, now, why did I choose minari? First, I was learning about minari further when I watched a Korean movie called Minari. And it's sort of a minari from the director's point of view of the movie. It symbolizes immigrants' story, typically Mr. E's story. So I said it would be good. You can watch movie Minari, eat minari as well. Since I was mentioning it's a banchan, you can eat with anything, okay? Rice or noodle. Today we're making noodle, and I just wanted to say I serve it. And I did not know minari goes very quickly bad. It gets spoiled. So I just wanted to talk about that minari. This comes in the bunch like this. And this is basically about $2-3. So it's not cheap vegetable. And it's also rare. And it was cut. In the movie, you see that grandma plant minari seeds, and then it's all over under the shade. It says minari will grow in anywhere with a little bit of water and the shade. I bought 3 bunches. So here they are. They're starting to really getting spoiled very quickly, and I cleaned some out. 3 bunch of minari, close to $8 if you go to Korean supermarket. And I was looking for this egg, and I found it. So basically, that egg is gonna go on the top of the naengmyeon, Korean cold dish. So basically, this is American watercress. So minari, it's grown in many different parts of the countries in Asia, and then I will read it to you about that. Minari is the Korean name for Onanth javanica, a perennial herb that is grown throughout East Asia. In every country it is cultivated. Minari has picked up a different name. Chinese celery, Japanese parsley, Indian pennyworth, Java water dropworth, or watercress celery, or as I said, watercress. Koreans believe that minari has a great healthy benefit. It's also good for the liver and for blood, since it purifies. It is also attributes to reduce blood pressure and inflammation. So I heard people saying, "So Yang, you said you sometimes bloat, have a minari." So it's a good dish, although it has a strong taste, and you have to taste it. So here's the minari. See minari? So I will wash this several times. Okay, so here's a minari, Korean minari. And I'm going to put the boiling water that is already boiled back again. And then put it in there and blanch. Meanwhile, put it over here. And then I will wash also American watercress. I just thought it could be a interesting way to recognize watercress, which is American watercress, which is shorter. 한국말로 제가 좀 많이 스킵했는데요. 제 생각에는 음식점에서 미나리를 잘 안 주는데요. 제가 선택한 거는 요번에 또 저희 그 한국 영화 미나리가 상도 탔고요. 그 다음에 이게 그 혈액 순환에 좋다 그래서 또 붓고 그러는데 이게 굉장히 미나리가 좋다 그래서 제가 미나리를 이제 하기로 했는데요. 미국 워터크레스가 바로 미나리예요. 제가 여기 지금 읽은 거로는 컴퓨터에서 동아시아에서 많이 미나리 같은 것들이 많이 자라고 있다 그러네요. 똑같이 그렇게 한국 미나리는 아니더라도 그 그늘하고 물에서 크는 것들이 미나리라고 나오거든요. And when you blanch vegetable, we always have to have a cold water ready because you know that once vegetable is cooked and blanched and you put it in the water, it stops from cooking. So we don't want to overcook Korean minari. Same thing as the watercress, okay? So I'm just going to have a water ready. And you know what the expression, watch the pot does not boil? This was boiling really hot earlier and it is not boiling. I have to put it down when it's boiling. And how long do you boil? I say about 3 minutes. Okay, so we have watercress ready to boil, and we have Korean watercress ready to boil. Yeah, almost this is very hot. So now while we are waiting for minari to be boiled, I want to talk about naengmyeon and then talk about ingredients for naengmyeon. And you may ask me, why did you put this jar as a center of all this table? Because today I am preparing style of Pyongyang from North Korea, a buckwheat noodle with my mother's white Korean kimchi. That's just made out of the turnip that comes with the green that attached, called dongchimi. For today, I will not have a time to talk about dongchimi's recipe, but basically, you buy really fat dongchimi turnip, and you have to pickle it. And my mother, because we do not want to have so much salt, she make it dongchimi very mild. And as you can see, here is a half egg, and I made the earlier naengmyeon and with the dongchimi. half with the dongchimi and half with the sauce. They have it in that package. Was organic and vegan and very delicious. And if you can tell, my Korean cucumber was also spoiling very quickly. So I cut cucumber, and inside this dongchimi, this is a part of the mu I ate before, and then I left some, and then I will take it out and show you. Water is already boiling, so I'll put minari. And after I bought 3 bunches, I don't think that's a lot now. I'm not sure that I did mention before when we had other cooking class that I'm very much fond of using wooden spoons instead of a plastic spatula. So minari is getting cooked right now, and now I turn to the other side and I let it boil once, and we also will put in the American watercress and prepare the same way, and then I'll tell you how it tastes. Yes, I'm grateful for Queens Public Library continue to hosting culturally rich and educationally rich and so young Korean cooking class, because still COVID is around, libraries are not opening up, but really they continue to doing a great job, and I'm a supporter of that. So what do I do with the minari? I will put it in the water, and it's a kind of thing you can prepare and then you can eat right away, or like most of other banchan, after leaving 5, 10, 15 minutes at least, it soaks up the other ingredients, so it's better like that. I have to be careful. This is already cooked egg, and I have it here 2 uncooked egg, and then I'll show you what I do with that. So minari is going well. It's the kind of thing minari people eat also raw, but it's a little tough. So you can say, how much do you have to boil? If you have a senior citizens, then you want to make sure that it's cooked a little bit more. If you have a younger people, they're eating anything in these days in the salad, so that's okay. 미나리를 얼마 동안 이걸 갖다가 이제 삶으냐고 그렇게 물어보는 분들이 계시면요, 노인네들 계신 분들은 조금 좀 더 익혀야겠죠. 그 다음에 젊은 사람들은 그냥 아무거나 야채를 삶아서 먹든지 그냥 뭐 샐러드로 해서 많이 먹을 수 있으니까요. 제가 봤을 때는 한 뭐 3, 4분 정도 이렇게 제가 그냥 중간으로 하겠습니다. So I'll just right now take out the minari. And I put watercress. I actually love to have watercress salad. So I'm somebody who likes to have a watercress. So, and in my salad, adding to my regular salad, and I usually have a mixed greens, leaf lettuce or Boston lettuce. I fell in love with the Boston lettuce, and so many different dishes they serve now wrap everything in the Boston lettuce. And iceberg lettuce, they said, is not as nutritious as green leaf lettuce, because Korean green leaf lettuce also come in shade of purple. So I will right now wash that. This is just, I think, enough for 1 or 2 people. So 2-3 bunches of minari is good for two people. Okay. Okay. So now you can tell. So I'm finishing that up. And I just wanted to say that let's have them become friends. American watercress and Korean watercress. As a symbol, as you know that we had a June 25th Korean War Veterans Memorial, and July 27th is the day that Korean War veterans from other countries could go back to their home. So it's coming up. So I just wanted to say that as a symbol of down. And then you're going to say, what are you going to do with that water? We cannot use the water now. So I'm going to throw this out. And sometimes when I throw the hot boiled water, I think this is good for the bottom of the sink, because it cleans all the fat that's been going down there. So now you said, So Young, what are you going to do? I'm going to start to prepare the water to boil naengmyeon. I will be only doing it one because I'm not sure anybody else wants to eat naengmyeon in my house. Okay, so now, let me with my hand, this is only Korean minari, and you can see it is longer, and I squeeze water out. Lots of Korean cooking requires many steps of care. And although it was not a lot of minari, of 3 bunches, after you take all the water out. After you take all the water out, you see, it's not a lot. Now, we'll take care of watercress, same way. Squeeze all the water out. And sometimes when we go to Korean restaurants, means little munchies. I think you can say, wow, that requires a lot of preparation. First, buying the material, cleaning the vegetables, and marinating them, seasoning them, and then serving, so you can appreciate. Here is Korean minari, and here's American watercress, and they are same but different. You see how much water I took it out? Okay. So I'm gonna prepare this also to make a naengmyeon, and this has to stop cooking naengmyeon later, so we will get that ready. Whoops, I made a big puddle. Okay, so now we're gonna marinate and season minari. As we talked about, you can serve minari with anything, so we will prepare it now, and I'm gonna put it in here when we finish. So now I'm gonna cut minari. Let me wash my knife into bite size like this. And you can tell that, so now you separate them. Piece at a time. I smell it, and it smells so deliciously fresh, refreshing. And let me taste it now, the smell and the watercress. It's also very distinct. So now we will season with the basic ingredients we usually have it in the home. And let me grab some garlic. And skin it off. Three bunch of minari looked a lot. It's not a lot. So we don't want garlic to overpower minari's natural taste. As I said, today I'm doing mainly vegetable and grain dish, and vegan style. So, because if we eat heavy food, it takes a long time to digest, and summertime is easier to just have a light food. The action cutting in smaller pieces called tajo. We are chopping it small pieces. Okay, here's about, I said, one and a half tablespoons of garlic for 3 bunch of minari. Maybe I lost some, so we can call it 2 bunch of minari. And we have a scallion here. Scallions were also saying, oh, I'm too hot in the refrigerator. So not that much green. It's turning a little bit because it's been hot here. So we'll put green part of scallion, And to add some color, I put a little bit of a finely chopped white part. Okay. So I said about 3 tablespoons full of scallion. Okay. Okay. Then we'll put salt. And sesame, not sesame, that's sesame, I'm thinking too fast. I said soy sauce, I'll say 2 teaspoons, and I will taste a little bit later and I'll put some more. 3. Okay. And black pepper powder. Dash of that. And best way to mix vegetables is bare hand. Well, I'm not serving anybody right now, so it's okay with my bare hand. We'll wash my hand again. And there's some people who like to have a way to prepare minari. You can put fine red pepper. I just put a little bit, not a lot. Okay, let me wash my hand. I say half teaspoon, okay? Just for color, okay? We call this muchinda, muchim, okay? And then at the end, we'll put a little bit of sesame oil. Always at the end. Okay? So since we are, let me taste, okay? It's delicious to me. We are doing minari as one of the dishes. Okay, so we finished the minari. I am cleaning up this clear bowl. I like these bowls, so we're going to be using this. And water is boiling, but I have to read a little bit about naengmyeon before I put the noodle in there. And it's quite a process to make this naengmyeon. And it will be interesting you to know a few things about naengmyeon. Naeng means cold in Chinese character. Myeon is a noodle in Chinese character. It's naengmyeon, means noodle that is served cold. Okay? It's generally served with spicy mustard. And I want to introduce to you, this is what today I'm making. Pyongyang mulnaengmyeon, cold buckwheat noodle with chilled broth. So in here there is the garnishes, and then it has also beef. But as I mentioned to you today, I'm not using beef. But I have found some ways to secure the yellow egg. I'll tell you about it, okay? It's served also with the vinegar and sugar, but I'm not going to put the sugar. If the broth is good, I tasted that, suggested a broth, that liquid broth they already prepared in here. And I read the ingredients, and there's some chemicals, but very mild, and mostly garlic, onion powder, chili pepper powder, not a lot though. And if condiments are all prepared well, we don't need to put the sugar. We don't have to put anything extra garnish. But in restaurants, they dress this naengmyeon with lots of different colorful vegetables. It only has 542 calories, and health benefits are 100 grams unit of buckwheat equates to 114 calories, containing 25.7 grams of carbohydrates, 3.54 grams of protein, 0.44 grams of fat, and 38 milligrams of salt. And Pyongyang naengmyeon, this Pyongyang naengmyeon I was mentioning, is a cold dish. It started in North Korea originally. And when they had a 2018 summit, they said it became even well known because they were trying to serve Korean, South Korean visiting North Korea. South Koreans have different way of preparing naengmyeon, and some of them are not mul naengmyeon. Mul is Korean word water. So I guess they wanted to make sure that they understand naengmyeon we're not going to change, but mul is added. So we're going to be preparing today cold liquid with naengmyeon. The people, they don't like liquid, and then they just want to have all mixed with different ingredients called bibim naengmyeon, like a bibimbap mixed rice. But today we are doing mul naengmyeon. Okay? Buckwheat helps metabolic processes because of its high vitamin B levels. The food also has a high antioxidant effects thanks to high vitamin E content, and can help lower blood glucose levels for those on a diet with abundant dietary fiber. Okay, so we will now prepare naengmyeon. And you may say, oh, I noticed you have water and then you have ice. So you know how hot my house right now is? I took this whole container of ice out about an hour, and I did that purposely. Perfect. Sometimes the naengmyeon comes with ice, literally. So here is for that. And right now, water is boiling, but I can only use 5 minutes, so I will tell you what's inside of this. Here's it says Wang powder soup, powder soup, potage de pour. I guess is another language. Maybe French eat a lot of naengmyeon too. Okay, so, and then inside we also have, what happened to the long mustard. Okay, so what I do it is, this noodle, buckwheat noodle, is for 4 people. And I already yesterday ate my portion of it. So what we do it is, we will measure in the 4th. So since I ate 1, here's 1. The Pyongyang noodle is very thin, considering other noodles. So here's 1 portion, and there's 2 portion and 3 portion. So I'm going to put the rest of them back in there. So you take out the package, and then you look, and then you will divide it into 4. So if 4 people are eating, you put, 4 people are eating, only 2 people are eating. There is my mustard, but it doesn't want to come out. So I need to take this whole noodle out. Hold on. So this is for 1. So 424, and then I need to take that out at 429. Okay? Let's take a look. This is hot liquid mustard. We need it. Okay? This is 2 people's noodle left here. I'm only just making 1. As I said, if you don't eat naengmyeon right away, it's not good. It's not naengmyeon then anymore. Okay, so I put it in there, and 429, I will take this noodle out and rinse in the cold water and wash it like you're doing laundry. Okay? I feel a little bit hungry, so yesterday I ate 2 and it was excellent. You see how this noodle is made? The noodle is made and then immediately folded in half. That's why you can see that. I put a little more. All right. I keep on turning it. And 429, a little bit over 429, I will drain it. Meanwhile, we have a most important thing we need to make. Or you may say, what is this, the green pepper for? I just wanted to show you that how different pepper, American pepper and Korean pepper. And sometimes they are spicy and sometimes not. And I can go like this, and it's not spicy. So I can add it to naengmyeon. Because I didn't find it in red. Okay? So we'll put it in here. So most important thing I talked about it is dongchimi. Okay? So here's my mother's original bigger jar, dongchimi. I couldn't put it in my refrigerator. So I took some of them, and I will show you now. So here we go. She cut the mu, dongchimi, the special kind of turnip. Okay. This comes with green. You see this one? She cut it in half. You see this green one? And yesterday I had it, and it was absolutely delicious. So we will do this. This vegetable, so dongchimi. And I could cut this way. Usually people make a dongchimi in fall, because it's too hot to make any sauce or kimchi, so we make it during fall. So here it is. And I'll taste this, and it's absolutely healthy and delicious, this green. And as I said, it is pickled, so it's excellent. So I cut the scallion a little bit lengthwise as a garnish. You don't even have to eat that. And this is delicious, picklish. 4:29 already passed by. Time goes quickly. Okay, noodle is cooked. And as you heard, it's made out of buckwheat and it's very starch. So I run it through the cold water. See, it's starch. What I do is I already put noodle in cold water, but with a strainer, so I don't lose water. I don't lose noodle. 제가 지금 자꾸 그냥 영어로만 했는데요. 한국 분들 오신 분들, 제가 지금 미나리를 끝냈고요. 지금 어머님이 만드신 동치미 물로 동치미 무하고 지금 평안냉면을 만들고 있어요. 근데 평안냉면이 칼로리도 낮고 그리고 굉장히 몸에 좋은 거라고 그래서 제가 이제 보여주고 있거든요. 이제 계속해서 물에다가 이렇게 씻어야 돼요. So we need to continue to take the starch out. So some people go like this, like doing a laundry. See that? Need lots of water, and you can see that it's very sticky. Okay. We want to take as much as water out. 다음에 이렇게 물을 이렇게 냉면을 제가 보니까 조금 5분 정도 삶는 게 맞다고 생각이 되네요. So I did boiled 냉면 5 minutes. And what I will do is right now put the noodle in setting. Here. And sometimes people put like you are weaving the hair. As I said, I put some more. So we have now prepared 2 냉면. And what am I going to do in here? I'm going to take out the liquid from 동치미. About 1 cup. And I'm going to have this. The one that I showed you, the powdered, the soup base. I put that in. 동치미 liquid. And then, while I'm turning it, 동치미에다가 이제 제가 그 분말 육수를 넣었어요. I put it in there. And then you will see that in case we needed more the water there. And this, once it's all dissolved, I put water from refrigerator, that from the ice, put it in there. And that's not enough liquid because naengmyeon has to be covered. Some part, put it in there. Okay, so mixed it up. And then I wanted to show you that my special friend from upstate New York farm brought me organic eggs. I didn't even know regular eggs can come in all different colors, the darker brown and lighter brown and green. So I just wanted to say that when you are making naengmyeon, the starch water in there, after you take out the naengmyeon, you can start to, in there, throw eggs and continue to cook for about 8 minutes. So that's what I wanted to say it. But right now, I found the lost egg, and I have it already here. So I will open up. I made a little mistake over here while I'm unshelling the egg. So thank God I have it over there already, some egg. So almost done with the naengmyeon. To cool your summer off. So here is a half of the egg ready to put on the top. And most of the times the Korean will also serve this with a little bit of mustard. So here is my mustard. Where is my... So here's my mustard. And it's very hot, but it's excellent and delicious. So I put it in here. It's a little hot, so I'll just put it there like that. And then I said I wanted to buy a Korean pear, but I forgot. So what I found is some people in the video making naengmyeon was a little bit puzzled about finding ways to make sure that egg yolk is showing. So what I came up with is, you know what? They're serving the piece of pear, so it can digest food well. And if you eat naengmyeon with the, apple, why not? It's also good for digestion. So I'm about to garnish with red pepper and dongchimi mu, the turnip, and cucumber and apple, and about to finish up. And I'm sure that you're going to have a great time making this when it's cooler. Okay, so what I will do it is, here's the dongchimi mu. I'll put the dongchimi mu. Dongchimi mu. And I will put a little bit of pepper. And we'll put the red pepper for color. And then I said, put apple. And then because I made a little hole, put the egg. And an egg is standing. That's what I thought about. Maybe do that. And then put a little bit of sesame seed and pour over, and I'll put that in the middle. and a little bit of vinegar for last touch. And then I'll put them right in the middle. So now, 동치미, thank you for making our naengmyeon all completely organic. And now all the ingredients that helped to make a naengmyeon and minari stand on the side. And then we will put naengmyeon. You also can put the scallion for garnish. And here is a minari. And here's a naengmyeon. And so here we are. It's a little bit messy right now, but you can tell that we made minari and naengmyeon today using 동치미 and 평양 물냉면 noodle made out of buckwheat. So enjoy, and then as I said, if it's too hot, you'll find the time to make it in September too. It's not a dish you only make it in summertime. You can eat it anytime you want, even though minari is usually around the summertime. Okay, thank you for joining today. 오늘 너무 이렇게 오주셔서 감사하고요. 제가 오늘 어머님이 만들어주신 동치미 국물과 무로 이렇게 냉면을 만들어봤습니다. 네, 또 다음 시간에 찾아뵙겠습니다. I see you next time. Soyoung is very hot, but wonderful to think about. I'm gonna have a naengmyeon at a late lunch or early dinner. Bye. See you later.